10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, everybody. I am happy to be here with you. That's right, it is Michael Voss, the Dragon of the Southern Tier, here with you on the No Soundbites Allowed podcast at the TECN network. That's right, the Exceptional Conservative Network. And I hope everyone is enjoying, or as much as the system is going through here, seems it's having a little bit of its, it's giving me a little joy here. But I hope everyone has had a great weekend, and here we are. We're starting the week. Lots of news going on, just so much happening. And I want to talk a little bit about a bunch of things. We have a very busy show here today. We're going to have a great guest who's going to be on, and that's Dan Waz. He's out of Saratoga Springs, New York, so he's actually kind of local for me, which is a nice change of pace for some of the guests. He's actually in New York State, but he's also the author of Good Gun, Bad Guy. And he's a nationally renowned Second Amendment advocate. We'll be happy to speak with him and learn more about what's going on with him. Before I go further, I, of course, want to take a moment and just mention that on the 28th of April, I will be at the Liberty Weekend, which is being provided by the Binghamton College Libertarians and the Binghamton University College Republicans. And I will be speaking at 2 p.m. on the 28th. And it's open to the public, open to the media. I hope you'll come in and join us. We look forward to seeing you there. It is a 2-day event, open to the public the entire time. They'll have speakers like Larry Sharp and Dr. Giovanni Scaringi speaking at the event. I advise everyone come on down. If you're in the area, as I always like to mention, my friends over at the Belmar Pub, excellent drinks, food, great place. And I would also say, if you're hungry, drop by the Park Diner in Binghamton as well. This is not paid advertising. Those are just my friends. If you are interested in paid advertising, please contact me. We'll talk about it. And I do thank our artist that started it off. That's Matthew Cornwell. He's a great local singer, and I like to feature local music. So with all of that out of the way, the first thing I just want to get into, it's completely different than what I normally talk about. If you haven't seen the show before, you know I stick with politics, but I am a fan of Game of Thrones. I am a big fan of Game of Thrones. So I want to take a moment, and something that I've noticed, I have yet to see anyone put out a video on this. I have yet to see anyone talk about it. And, Game of Thrones, big deal. I've been following the show all 8 seasons. It's in the 8th season now. And we saw, and I should have probably said a spoiler warning, but Cersei, at the end of the 7th season, she had mentioned that she thought, and this is a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but she had said that she thought she was pregnant. We see in the 8th season, first episode, that after a rendezvous with Greyjoy, that she's drinking wine. And this is a picture of that, where she has a glass of wine. She's drinking wine. Now, that's a big deal because, when she was, one of the things that highlighted for Tyrion that she's pregnant, and what we've seen her do in the other episodes, as I recall, she didn't drink any wine. And she's a very well-known drinker of wine. She's a heavy wine drinker throughout the entire series. But while she was saying or insinuating or giving the impression of people that she was pregnant, she didn't drink any wine. It was very noticeable, and it stood out from her character. And so to see her drinking wine again, when it's rather private, she's only with Euron Greyjoy, and if you don't follow the show, you won't know who any of these names are, but that she's again seen with a glass of wine. And while we don't see her actually drink it, it's pretty much implied that she is drinking wine again. which for her and her concern about being pregnant and having a child, that's something she wouldn't risk. So either she's never been pregnant and she was lying to everyone, or she was pregnant and now she's not, which goes with the Maggie the Frog prophecy if you read the books. But it's a very interesting question, and I haven't seen anyone talk about it in any of the news media out there. No one's brought it up. No one's brought it up on any of the posts I've seen, and I don't understand why people have not mentioned, hey, Cersei is drinking again. She's supposed to be pregnant. That's the one thing that's supposed to be calming her down. She's not exactly the most stable person in the show. And so this is a big clue about what's going on with her and what's going to happen with the show. She's a very unhinged individual. And if she's drinking, that means the one thing that was keeping her somewhat sane is gone. She could do almost anything. So it's a very interesting development. If you watch Game of Thrones, as I do, then that's something that would catch your attention. So I just wanted to mention that